The story unfolds in the late Edo period, around 1865, in the rural Onasaka domain of northeastern Japan, a time when the samurai class is fading, the shogunate crumbling, and Western influences loom on the horizon. Our protagonist, Seibei Iguchi, is no legendary warrior. He's a low-ranking samurai scraping by on a meager 50 koku stipend, enough rice to feed a small family for a year. By day, he toils in the clan's grain warehouse, tallying inventories like a modern-day accountant. His colleagues mock him as Tasagura Seibei, Twilight Samurai, because as soon as the sun dips low, he bolts home, skipping the obligatory after-work sake sessions. Why? Duty calls elsewhere. Seibei's wife has recently died from tuberculosis, leaving him a widower with 2 adorable young daughters, Kayano, about 10, and little Ido, around 5, plus his elderly mother, who's slipping into senile dementia. He rushes back to cook, clean, mend clothes, and tend to their needs. At night, under flickering lantern light, he crafts bamboo insect cages to sell for extra coins. His calloused hands a far cry from the polished swords of his youth. His armor gathers dust. His kimono is threadbare and soiled from farm work. Seibei's life is one of quiet endurance. He sold his prized sword for medicine, pawned family heirlooms for rice. Yet, amid the poverty there's warmth. He teaches his girls Confucian classics, encouraging them to read and think, defying norms that women should only sew. Times are changing, he muses. Education will serve you better than beauty. Enter a spark from the past. Tomo Inuma, Seibei's childhood sweetheart, now a beautiful woman in her 20s. She's the sister of his best friend, Michinojo, and has just divorced her abusive husband, Naoda, a high-ranking samurai from another clan. Tomo seeks refuge with her brother, and soon visits Seibei's humble home. The girls adore her instantly. She helps with chores, tells stories, and brings a feminine grace that's been absent since their mother's death. Seibei and Tomo share stolen glances, reminiscing about innocent days playing by the river. But social barriers loom. Seibei's too poor and lowly for her, and he's buried in family obligations. Still, fate intervenes when Tomo's ex-husband, drunk and vengeful, shows up demanding she return. Seibei, ever the protector, steps in. Later, the ex sends a skilled swordsman proxy to challenge him. In a tense, rain-soaked duel using wooden bokken, to avoid lethal consequences, Seibei reveals his hidden prowess. He was once a master of the short sword style, trained rigorously in his youth. With precise, economical strikes, he disarms and humiliates the opponent, earning whispers of respect from onlookers. Tomo watches in awe, her affection deepening. Michinojo urges Seibei to marry her, but he refuses. I'd only drag her into my misery. She deserves better. The clan's politics soon shatter this fragile peace. A power struggle erupts after the lord's death. The heirs faction orders the execution of Yogo Zeneman, a loyal but now disgraced retainer who's barricaded himself in his home, refusing to commit seppuku. Yogo's a formidable fighter, having killed several assassins already. The clan needs a disposable pawn, someone skilled but low status. They pick Seibei, threatening his family stipend if he refuses. Reluctantly, he accepts, knowing it's likely a death sentence. On the eve of the mission, Tomo visits, helping him prepare his armor and shave his head in traditional warrior fashion. In a tender moment, they confess their love. Years of unspoken feelings pour out. She stays the night, offering comfort in what might be his last. Seibei shares his regrets. A life of unfulfilled potential, the pain of watching his wife waste away, his fear of leaving his daughters orphaned. Dawn breaks, and Seibei infiltrates Yogo's dimly lit house. What follows isn't a glorified battle but a raw psychological confrontation. Yogo, drunk and despairing, rants about the hypocrisy of samurai codes. The era's end, how warriors are now mere bureaucrats. They bond briefly over shared disillusionment. Yogo even offers tea. But duty demands blood. The duel erupts in close quarters. Swords clash against tatami mats, furniture shatters. Seibei, using his short sword advantage in the confined space, wounds Yogo fatally but sustains grievous injuries himself. He staggers home, collapsing in Tamo's arms. Seibei survives, marries Tamo, and enjoys 3 blissful years of family life. But the Meiji Restoration brings civil war. The Boshin War claims him in battle. His old-fashioned sword no match for rifles. Aito reflects fondly. Though he died young at 42, he lived with honor, prioritizing love over glory. His twilight wasn't dim. It was a warm glow illuminating what truly matters.